we will post Roberto's story, but before you watching his story, just I want to say something about it. The limb-lengthening surgery is a great journey. It's a life-changing. I mean, that change your life like short, tall. I mean, it's a crazy changing in every direction, you know. You have to know one thing before you watch the video. Limb-lengthening surgery, it's for some people's easy journey, for some people's hard, for some people's normal. So the reason why we talk with Roberto deeply about his journey is also to see this side. For example, Roberto's story wasn't an easy journey, so he fight for his goal because he had a great bone healing, but at the same time nerve pain, so a really bad combination. So it's really rare, but can happen because we are humans. So, but the most important goal of Livelifetaller here is to not because we are doing marketings, we have to do marketings. By the way, the reason why we are doing marketings is also that we are doing surgeries, and we have a lot of different international cases. So between 400 and 600 surgeries a year. And the Instagram side, what we are posting there is to see the great end result. So from short men became tall. So, and this is motivation, right? So, but on our YouTube channel, we are talking about deeply about the journey. Okay, so you are seeing a great result before and after. So, but to reach that goal, there is a time, right? So 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, different on each patient. So an important is to understand exactly that point. So, and for patients who is interested in lengthening surgery with us or not, please watch exactly all the videos, because when you watch it, so you will understand that everybody is different. So everybody is different, guys. Again, we have patients who's doing the quadrilateral, like femur and tibia lengthening, who's reaching in 3 months 15 centimeter, and after 2 weeks able to walk normally. Then in Roberto's case, who spent for 10 centimeter with the LON on the femur, approximately 4 or 5 months, and totally 6 months with staying. So what I'm talking about is everybody is different. So, and our goal as Livelifetaller is to share you guys the different stories, not only the good side of limb lengthening surgery, not only the side without complications, so also the side with problems, with complications, because guys, it's a journey, it's a surgery, and none of the surgeries in the world is complication less or without any risk. So the life itself is a risk. I did the limb lengthening surgery 3 times with the LON method. So, and I also had my problems as everybody. For example, the typically common problem for LON method is to become skin infection, which is normal because you have pins outside, you have an open wound for 3 months. I mean, when I say open wound, it's not a big open wound, but it's still open something there. I mean, it's a typical risk of a LON method and a common case. So, I mean, you guys should be prepared mentally. Also, you should know what exactly the goal is, and guys, you should fight for your goals. So this is the most important thing. That's the reason why we have our YouTube channel, to not make marketing here, to show the peoples around the world. So hey guys, yes, it's possible to become a different height, it's possible to grow up, it's possible to reach your dreams, but as you can see from different patients, it's also not easy. So that's the reason why. So we are posting such a videos, guys. Really important. I mean, we try to prepare you once we show you different cases of different international patients. So again, none of the goal in the world is easy, but don't forget, you can make it easy. How? First of all, you should really want to reach the goal. It doesn't matter what, you should be prepared, and you have to fight for it. So it doesn't matter what, guys. That's the reason why. So we are posting such a videos, and I'm really proud to can help you guys. So for questions, just text us a comment, and we will answer also your comment. And take care and enjoy the video. Bye-bye. Welcome to our YouTube channel. I have such a great, charismatic guy in front of me, Roberto. So, my brother, welcome again.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
and first of all, before I start, congratulations.
Thank you.
You look really amazing.
Thanks, man. Thank
you. Now I want to talk to you about that everything. So, and yeah, we can start, bro. So, first of all, how do you feel?
You know what? I feel great. Like, it's hard not to. You know, the journey is difficult, but everything in life that is difficult, you feel better at the end. You know, because you had to work for it, you had to achieve it. So when it's not handed to you, you appreciate it. So I'm really appreciating it, and I'm very grateful of everything that's been done. And yeah, that shows. It comes out, man. I'm just happy. Happy.
I can see the happiness on your face, bro. Yeah. All right. What was your height before the limb lengthening surgery, and what is the height now?
So it was 172.5, which was, you know, very accurate because of my age. When I was younger, when I was 16, I was 5'10", and then when I was like mid 30s, I was like 5'9".
Okay.
And then when we just measured, I think I was 5'8", so 172.5. On my license, though, from a few years ago, it said 175. But you're constantly shrinking.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Compression and whatever. And
by age and
yeah, age and everything. So for me, just losing that, you know what I mean, that 5 centimeters was a lot, because it puts you in a different bracket.
Of course.
And so I wanted to make up for that. And so, you know, the decision was made to come here, and now it's gone even better. Like, not only reversed the clock back to that, but even added more than the original. So I'm taller than I've ever been later in life. So I'm older than I've ever been, wiser than I've ever been, taller than I've ever been, happier than I've ever been. It's all good.
Wow.
We just keep, you know, it's like a caterpillar to a butterfly, man, or like you know, rising from the ashes. We just keep coming back at it and punching and keep going.
Wow. And you reach 4 inches, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 inches.
Yeah.
Now you're close to
183. Yeah.
Wow.
Like sliver, yeah.
I mean, look, this is such a great changing. So, I mean, really a dream, which a lot of men is dreaming for it, you know. So, I mean, you know, like dream is different, Roberto. For example, if you dream to drive a beautiful car, it's possible. Or if you dream to have a great house and villa or pool, you can. I mean, as long as you work on it, you can. But like height is something which was just a dream, but never achievable, impossible, you know. And now you reach that dream. So, and believe me, it's a dream of a lot of people, also who's also watching the video, and who didn't know about such a procedure. So, and my question to you is now, how does it feel to being tall, bro? 183, and
I can't even describe it because it's so unfamiliar to me, but it's so joyous because people look at you differently. You know what I mean? You look at them differently. You wouldn't think that it would matter that much, but honestly, as a man, it matters. It really matters as a man. And that's why there's those studies that say, you know, for every inch taller, you get $20,000 more. I remember, you know what I mean, different organizations I've been in, you know, the people who were chosen as leaders were just tall, you know, a lot, because we look up to that, right? So when I think it's a psychological thing. When we're small, as children, we look up to our parents. We look up to our dad. Our dad is always taller. We look up to mentors in our life, teachers. They're always taller. So later on in life, we're already pre-programmed to that. So when you enter the workplace, people who are taller just tend to generally do better career-wise without having to work as hard for it, you know. And it's just a fact. It's like people, you know what I mean, who are, you know, good looking, like, you know what I mean, they go through life a little easier. So, you know, to be able to make changes like this, you would think it was impossible, right? Before it was impossible. You got the hand you were dealt, and that was it. Your genetics decided, you know, what you were. And you could change everything else. Like you said, you want a nice house, you can work on it. You can get a nice house. You want a nice car? You can work on it. You can get a nice car. Your career, I wanted to be a fireman. I worked at it, became a fireman. You can do everything else. But changing your height was always, how do you do that?
Impossible.
You know what I mean? It was impossible.
You have to accept your fate, right?
Now it's like a miracle surgery, man. And it's attainable. I'm living proof. You can do it. You just have to have the right mindset. You know, and if you always focus on your goals, the rest, everything hard in life, you know what I mean? Military, firefighting, everything hard. If you just focus on your goals, you'll get there. You'll do it. And so here we are.
And I mean, it's amazing, but you know, imagine, Roberto, for example, there's people who's watching the video also, and imagine if someone asks you, is it worth it to undergo such a procedure?
I can't even say, for me personally, I'll only speak for myself, it's absolutely worth it.
Okay.
And it's not even that I've seen the result yet, because I'm still here at the clinic. I haven't gone back to my regular life. I haven't seen my family. I haven't seen any of my friends or, you know, relationships, things like that. I'm sure that from my friends that have left here prior to me, they've said, just wait to see what's coming, man. When you get back to your regular life, your friends are gonna go crazy, you know what I mean, your family's gonna go crazy, your work, everything's just going to be just different. And it's amazing, so.
I mean, guys, this is, by the way, not only the numbers what change. I mean, you have to imagine everything change, like from proportion to style and to your, how can I say, like, I mean, there's a lot of things what will change, you know what I mean? Like the aura change, the charisma change for men and for women, the same, by the way. So
I can't wait to see the athletic change, because with longer levers, you know what I mean? I feel like I can hang a lot of muscle off of, you know, longer legs, you know what I mean? And I just can't wait to get back and hit the gym and just see what we can really do.
So, and Roberto, I want to ask you about your age.
Mm-hmm.
What is your age?
I'm 56.
56 years old. It's really crazy, by the way, because you definitely not look like 56.
Thanks.
I mean, first of all, a big compliment and respect. So this is genetic for sure. I mean, mostly genetic. I mean, please, guys, tell me, what would you say? I mean, bro, if you would say I'm 40, I'm 39. Look, I will say, wow, great. I mean, he looks really charismatic.
Dim the lights, maybe.
It's crazy, bro. I mean,
in a dimly lit room with lots of drinking and candles, maybe we'll get.
But what is the secret here, bro?
You know what? I think if you live a good life, if you try and just live a good life and you treat your body with respect, it's the only one we have. Genetics is a huge factor, but I've seen people ruin their genetics with drugs. I've seen them ruin their genetics with alcohol. I've seen them ruin their genetics with all sorts of bad sleep habits and poor body maintenance and sugar and stuff like that. And I'm guilty of some of those vices also throughout my life, because our careers, you know what I mean, you're stressors and you have children and you're trying to stay awake and stuff. But if you can keep a good, solid, healthy baseline, and that is, you know, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, sexually, if you can keep those 5 in alignment, I think your body will respond in ways that, you know what I mean, you couldn't. I would never have guessed this when I was 25 or 30. When I thought of somebody who's 55, you know, we had a program, Freedom 55. It was a retirement program, and the people that they showed us for our pensions in the fire department were these old white-haired, like grandpa and grandma. That's what I thought of when I thought of 50 or 55. And now, like a lot of my peers in the fire service and stuff, we just, you know, about 15 years ago, we really started taking care of ourselves with, you know, everything we eat. You know, like I'm vegan. Everything we eat and everything that you put into yourself is what you're making your body out of. So if you have good bone healing and if you have good, you know, I mean, whatever.
That's another part which was a little bit hard for us, but I will ask you later.
That was hard.
I mean, first of all, guys, he's blessed. Just to understand this topic here, I mean, he's really blessed. This is something from God, I think, right? And he's in a great shape. And I also talked to Dr. Halil. He told me, Sedat, I mean, you can put Roberto's body condition, you can even not compare with an 18 years old guy. I mean, your body condition is so great, bro.
Thanks,
I mean, you cannot compare that with a human, by the way. So, I mean, you know what I'm talking
He said
about.
that. He goes, we are human, you are alien. It made me laugh.
I mean, it's crazy. You are blessed. We did the lawn methods, right?
Yeah.
So, and can you explain, because your journey was a little bit different. It was hard. I mean, for sure, the lawn method itself, it's not a comfortable method. It's not a secret, guys. You have fixator on your right and left. You have 2 pins on the upper and lower. So it's really, really not so comfortable as internal methods. So was the journey for you hard, bro?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I sleep on my stomach,
Okay.
like I'm climbing a wall, and just sleeping on your back is different. So you're sleeping on your back because of your fixators. You know, what I mean, when you put the pins through your muscles into your bones here and here, and then you have these heavy steel or iron, whatever they're made of.
Exactly.
Fixators.
Frame.
Like it's substantial. Like now you have these attached to you, so everything you do, you're not used to. And for me, when you told me, 3 months prior to coming, you have to have some meat. We have to reintroduce, your diet differently for the bone healing. So I had to, change my gut health and change my nutrition to support this journey. So then I started reintroducing fish and chicken and beef and stuff like that. It was tough. It was really tough for me. I found that the guys who were thinner and skinnier and less muscle had an easier time because their muscles seemed to be able to let go, right? I had a lot of flexibility because I was doing so much yoga before I came, like you asked me to. So I was extremely flexible.
But you was also good prepared, bro.
Yeah, very
Right?
very prepared. But my knees would not let go. Like the physio kept saying, because of your quad size and the development of your calves and everything, your tendons and your ligaments they're like iron. They don't want to let go. So for me, it caused me, what usually makes you like very athletic and strong, your musculature was a little bit of a detriment for me. But you get through it. You get through it. You have good days and bad days, and you get through it.
Of course, but like we had with Roberto, that was also for us really hard to take a decision. So I mean, he had and still have a great bone healing. So and doctor told us, so guys, he have to lengthen faster because we have a risk of early union, and he don't want to make another surgery on you to make an osteotomy on the new bones and increase the infection risk because you have already the fixator, right? And and the problem was you had nerve pain, right?
Oh, yeah.
So for example, and that was the problem now. So because you have to decide it, so you have to stop at 6, 7, 8, right? So please correct me if I'm wrong, bro. And or you have to increase the speed of lengthening because the risk of early union. So because the bone healing is great, which is good, but at the same time not so good, especially during lengthening for nerve-sensitive patients, So and you had a nerve pain, right, bro? Your biggest problem was nerve pain.
Severe, yeah.
And can you, because I never had nerve pain, can you explain a little bit?
Wow.
How is that like?
So it starts off just below your knee, and it sort of runs down the front of your leg.
Okay.
And this is where you feel it at the start of its when you're lengthening to a certain degree, and then it travels down your leg over your foot, and then this is a timeline of about like 3 weeks as you're continuing to lengthen. So as you're lengthening and the nerve is getting stretched, it's reacting, right? So then the pain goes over the top of your foot, and it feels like a burning sensation, like your leg is on fire. So the best way to deal with it is to put the ice pads that you gave us, or go in the shower and cool it with cold water. And then it just becomes numb. So you actually don't even feel like the bottom of your foot when you're tapping, and it just never goes away. So that's, I think, the part that bothers people is, it's not like when you hit yourself and then, a couple hours later it goes away. This is just constant. And people, I think, get worn down by the fact that it's not going away tomorrow, the next day, a week from now, 2 weeks from now. And my journey, like, you can ask all the people that were with me, they thought I was done at 3. Like at 3 centimeters, they were like, Roberto, there's no way you can continue because the pain you have in your knees, you're collapsing. You're not even, you're not even able to hold your weight when we did the first acute lengthening. But then I worked back for 41 days, was walking again, and we did the other acute lengthening because we had to, because if not, the bone was going to consolidate, like you said. And, after that, the knees gave way again. And so it was very, very painful. And they were telling me, like, they were actually almost begging me. They were like, you have to stop at 5. Yeah. And even,
Dr.
the
Halil,
nurses,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
The nurses and the physio were like, why put yourself through this pain? It's, you've reached 5. Some people only get to 6 or 7. And I said, well, you remember what I said?
We actually, I know.
We had some, because you have in your mind
Yeah.
your goal, you know what I mean? And you have in your mind the safety of your patients. And sometimes the two have to figure out a way to mesh.
Yeah.
But at first they're going to butt heads, right? So you're looking at the safety aspect and we're looking at the goal. But we got it. We did it. We had some hard conversations, but we got through, and I just said, please just help me get to my goal, whatever we have to do. And then the staff was very supportive. And I, like I said, everybody was placing bets. They're like, you can't do 5. There's no way. And then you got to quit at 6.5. And then you got to quit at 7. And now they're cheering me on. They're just like, you sort of win over your naysayers and all the people that were sort of, thinking that you couldn't do it. Now at the end are cheering for you the most. They're like, come on, man, like you can do it 9.4. What are you at today? Wow. 9.8. What are you at today? 9.85. And you're four turns, you're 1 day away from 10. And they were very, very like, we had parties, we celebrated, it was good.
Are you happy now about your decision, bro? Why I'm asking this to Roberto? So because I also want to talk about such a case. Not every case it's easy and great. For example, I never survived with nerve pain. So just what I had after my first surgery was I had a huge numbness on my left tibia. I couldn't feel from the upper until my feet. So for 8 months, so I get showered with a hot water, bro. So I feel the hot water on my body, on my femurs, but not on my tibia. And I did my femurs, and I thought, what's going on here, And then we have, in the other hand, patients, he's coming for quadrilateral. He reached in 2-3 months 14, 15, 16 centimeter, and after 2 weeks, his walking is close to normally. What I'm talking here, please correct me if I'm wrong, bro, because you was like under the patients even. So everybody's different. So I mean, the surgery is the same, everything, the method is the same, external, internal, but the patient is different. For example, he had a great bone healing, but he survived with nerve pain.
Nothing in life is easy.
Of course.
And, we got through it. Look, everything's cool.
Of course. I mean, guys, as Roberto said, bro, appreciate it. So nothing in the life is easy. To reach that goal, I mean, he looks amazing right now. But to reach that goal was also not easy. Yeah, for some patients it's easy. For some patients it's really hard. For some patients is the way with a lot of complications. You know what I mean? So mechanical folds, infections, but for example, thanks God, we never had with him any infection case or mechanical. I mean, we don't had.
I did. I had an infection.
You had, but no, it was pin infection, right?
Pin
Skin.
infection, yeah. But what was funny is with my case, everything that everybody was worried about, I had. So when you look at my journey, it was like everybody was worried about, oh my God, pin pain. And then what happened? I hit 7, and it was like, oh my God, pin pain, right? So you deal with that, and then everybody's worried about nerve pain, and then I hit 8, nerve pain. I was like, you guys got to stop talking because you're jinxing me, and it was basically every bad thing that could happen to you happened to me. Oh, your knees are gonna give away, and your knees are not gonna open up, and your hips are gonna. It all happened, but what I have to say is, some people had nothing in their journey. Like Benny. Benny was awesome, man. He was just a joy to be around. Ben was just smiling every day. He does his thing. He comes down. He's laughing. You're like, Ben, you feeling anything? He's like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. The guy just went through it like a machine. And then you have the opposite end where it's like everything that bad can happen, Murphy's Law, happened to me. But in the end, you still get through it. Like, that's the thing. You still get through it.
I'm laughing, bro. The reason why I'm laughing is like, we have the same fate. Once I say I feel good, the next day, And I learned to say every day, I'm not good. I think people jealous. They make like bad eyes, you know what I mean? I think I don't know. So I think that was like that. So because once I said I'm good, the next day, bro.
Yeah, boom. It was like, oh, what happened? What happened?
Oh my God.
But I have to say,
Yeah.
even when everything bad
Yeah.
happened, and it's just your body, it's reacting to your changes, you had staff, like nursing staff was great. They dealt with the medications. The security staff, they were awesome.
I mean, I really appreciate it, bro. Of course, nobody's perfect. So everybody has also sometimes, like a professional side and
Yeah, off days, yeah.
you know what I mean? So, but I can just tell you, bro, also here in front of the video, our goal is really to see happy patients. We knew that the journey isn't easy, bro. So it's impossible. I mean, for example, I like more videos to post about a hard journey than a good journey because good is easy. You know what I mean? So
you don't learn anything from good.
Exactly.
You become a good sailor in bad weather.
Exactly, bro.
You don't become a good sailor in easy weather. Same with a pilot.
Yeah.
You become a good pilot in bad weather, not in
Exactly.
good weather. But the thing that I also have to mention again on your side, and I'm not trying to throw sunshine where it doesn't belong. If you remember, when I came to you with specific issues and I said, is there a way that we can you took my concerns and you sent out that email, you dealt directly with any of the concerns that we had as patients. Sometimes they're a little too distant, the owner is, or the CEO or the president, they're a little too distant, but you really took to heart what I was trying to say to you as something simple. Can't get into the washroom, the ramp, you dealt with it. So for us, it made us feel like we had somebody on our side, and that's so difficult in life in general because so many of us feel in life your government doesn't listen to you. There's so many things in life that are unfair. So when you finally find something that you make your suggestions and they actually act on it, it really made a difference for us.
I really appreciate it, brother. So I'm always also saying I'm not a doctor, I'm not a seller. So I'm a human being who had the same fate. You know what I mean? And the good thing, bro, I can see the future. For example, when I say I can see the future, I see you like during lengthening, you're suffering uncomfortability or nerve pain, but I knew once you reach your goal, once you in front of me in the orange wall, the last interview, so I know how it will be end, you know what I mean? So like the happiness on your face. Are you ready? Are you sure?
I'm ready.
Look at that, bro. Look at that.
That's crazy, man.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't think that's possible, and it's incredible that this is available. It's incredible.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, me too. It's a great moment.
You know what? Look at me here. I'm looking tall. Look at me. Oh my God, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me. Look at my face.
It's 172.5.
Look at my face. But this video is funny, but this is the truth, bro.
It's true.
It's the truth,
Yeah, we're laughing.
So this is real life, bro. I mean, all what I can say is enjoy your new life.
Thank you,
I
sir.
mean, you look really good, bro. So I mean, it's not just to say about good thing and motivation, and I mean, you can see here. It's a picture.
You can tell. I'm
So it's
usually
not a
happy
secret.
anyway. I'm always pretty much happy, but
Yeah.
you can tell, like now, it's just.
You look amazing, bro.
Thanks, bro.
I mean, an amazing changing. So it's for me, this is the Roberto, not this guy.
Yeah.
This is Roberto. You understand me, right?
Yes.
And That's the reason why I always thought as a human being, of course, like doctors cannot understand your situation. The team also cannot understand your situation because to being short, I mean, okay, your starting height was not like super short, but to being short or to being like in such a procedure is really different, bro. You have to go through the process to can understand the patients better. You know what I mean? But I really appreciate it for your nice words, bro.
Yeah. No, well,
Thank you
they're
so
earned,
much.
right? Like we had our concerns, we let you know, and then you dealt with them. So it was great.
It's over 6 months you are here, right?
This is now in the 7th month.
And to be honest, I mean, look, for example, we have patient in 3 months, but he's a good example. You need for the 10 centimeter 5 months?
Yeah, 4, yeah.
4. Talent is here not to be finished the journey in 2-3 months, guys. By the way, that's a really important. Everything what you do slowly on your body is the adaptation phase also really better and easily. So, and he's in a great shape, to be honest.
Came up with a plan with the physiotherapists and the nursing staff, and you hit plateaus, right? Your body is stretching, and the pain is increasing, and it gets to a point where it's like, okay, either we need to allow the body time to catch up, or we're going to break something. So it would be, okay, Roberto, we need you to stop for 2 or 3 days. We need you to stop for 4 or 5 days. As long as it wasn't an issue with the early consolidation, it was, let's do an x-ray, let's see if it's, you know what I mean, going to be okay, and let's stop for 2 or 3 days. I would stop for 2 or 3 days, give my body a rest, and then all of a sudden back to turning, and it felt normal. You know, if you push and push and push, it's not good. So you sort of have to do these little plateaus where your body understands, okay, this is what he's doing, this is what she's doing. And
But bro, you are a great example because, for example, yesterday I had a last appointment. He told me, Sedat, you told me that the goal is achievable in 3 months, but I spent 4 months. So why you didn't mention it before? So for example, it's just an example, bro. So guys, that's the most important thing here. For example, Roberto spent 6 months. So I'm not God, you know, so I cannot know so how long a patient needs. So I can only talk about average time. Average time is here 3 months. So average, like a lot of patients, that's the reason why we say average. So need 3 months. So that's all. Of course, we have some extra patients, different patients, for example, in your case. By the way, it was better in your case to reach the goal in 4 or 5 months and spend a 6 month year. So, and at the end of the day, the patient also should decide it, okay, what is the best for me? So I cannot mention a specific time. For example, he asked me, can I reach 10 centimeter? You can, bro, it's possible. To say, no, you cannot, it's a lie, you know? But to can say, you can reach definitely 10 is also a problem, you know? But yes, 10 centimeters is achievable, but I don't know if you really can reach the 10.
Well, it's like anything. It's like with working out or anything you do. You can do it fast or you can do it slow and properly and let your body adjust. So if they look at the mathematics, 1 millimeter a day, you want to get to 9 centimeters, that's 90 days, right? If you want to get to 10, you're going to have to go over 1 millimeter. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, whatever. But you sort of look at it, okay, 1 millimeter a day, 100 days is 10 centimeters. And now during that time, do you think that you're not going to have any sort of plateaus? Your body's just going to stretch 10 centimeters and it's going to be okay with it? No, you need time to, okay, I got to 3, give myself 4 or 5 days rest. I got to 5, give myself 4 or 5 days rest. I got to 7, give myself 4 or 5 days rest. I got to 9, give myself 4 or 5 days rest. Just that right there, those 4 or 5 days rest, that's a month, right? So for me it was, no, I want my body healthy at the end of the day. I don't just want to be tall. And physios are saying, like when I press on them and stuff like that, you're way stronger than the other people who are doing it fast because your muscles are building in stronger behind it.
And all what I can say from your case is you show me here the mindset is the most important thing. Everybody is his own enemy, guys, by the way. So, and he was fighting with himself. Even in that situation, maybe another patient would say, oh my God, please take it out there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I'm done 5 centimeters, but he said no. So it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what kind of pain I have. So I'm fighting. And now he is here in front of me and he's 183, guys.
And there were, you know what I mean? And they're friends of mine, these patients who, at 6, they said, I'm done. The pain is too much.
Exactly.
I'm done. I wanted 10. Everybody wants 9. Everybody wants 9.5. When you go through it, it changes your mind really quickly as to what you can, you know what I mean, handle. And so, like you said, if you don't have the right mindset, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from them, because I'm proud of everybody who can come and do this, because not even 1% of the population would come and break their largest bones in their body, you know, and do this procedure.
That's another phenomenal thing,
Yeah, like to do this, you already, I'm proud of you. And to whatever you reached, 3 centimeters, people don't know the pain. I know their pain. So just to get to 3 centimeters, that's not a failure. That's 3 centimeters more than they were. That to me is still a success. And some got to 5 and said, you know what, I can't do it. My pain threshold is not the same as other people's. I'm done at 5. I'm done at 6. I'm done at 6.5.
I mean, respect, bro.
It's for every single one of them. If you just happen to have in your mind, this, you know, here comes a storm and it's either going to knock me over or I'm going to fight it. Like, you just have to have it in your mind, which is bigger.
I mean, you are a good fighter. You show me that. I'm 100% sure. Respect. Just respect. So, and yeah, guys, as you see, I mean, this is also, for example, it's a good example for a hard journey. Even in this hard journey, he reached his dream height. So maybe that will be impossible for me. I don't know. So I'm talking easily now. I was not in your situation. Just I try to understand you, but respect, bro. And yeah, I mean, guys, that's the limb lengthening surgery. Have its bad sides, good sides, but in the end of the day, patient decided where the end is, and yeah, he decided to reach the goal and dream.
Well, I think along the way, we got our nicknames. We all got our nicknames. You know, Johnny Walker and this and that. And mine was the Godfather of LLT. So I was the Godfather of LLT. They also said that because of the age. So for me, I'm just happy that the younger guys got really jazzed up and the younger girls got really jazzed up, because they would look and they would say, well, he's 56, like I'm 21. You know what I mean? I should be able to do this. And we fed off of each other, and you know, they would be like, you know, yeah, come on, Roberto, come to the gym today, and let's try, you know what I mean, doing the bicycle and whatever. And I'd be like, come on. And they'd be, so we support each other, we helped each other, and I hoped that the effect was always positive and supportive, especially to show people my age, it's not too late. You can do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm close to 60. Like, you can do it. There's other patients here my age, and we're good friends. You know what I mean? He's doing it. And there's so many young people, and just to fire them up. Like, yeah, man, if I can do it, you can do it. So let's get on it. Let's do this.
By the way, do you like your proportions?
Yeah, I love my new proportions. You know, my arms always seemed long. Like, you know, we would joke, you know, I mean, my legs, like, they were short. You know, muscular, great, but short. And now it's just a big, like, I look down and I see these big long femurs and I'm like, well, that's cool. That's awesome.
I love you.
Yeah, now I'm like, great, this is going to suck on a plane, but because now I have no leg room, but yeah, you take the good with the bad.
What about
the proportions? I'm much happier with.
Okay, and about your scars, Roberto? What can you say?
I got lucky. Like, you know, again, it's part of that healing thing. Some people's scars are more apparent than others. Mine are very, very, they're small, they're not bad. You know, even Dr. Halil said when I come to get the nails out, he can, you know what I mean, do another thing where you can't even see them.
So my last holy question to you, why you did the limblengthening surgery?
I think, you know, you always envision yourself, and that's what drives you to do the things in your life. If you see yourself as a astronaut, then you gear everything towards astronaut. If you see yourself as, you know what I mean, a president, a fireman, what, a CEO. And for me, I would always see myself just taller, you know, and it wasn't something that bothered me. It wasn't anything that made me, you know, sad or made me like, you know, you see some people in life and they're just angry. They're angry because I'm this or I'm that or I'm. It never made me angry. It was just your internal image was something's different than what I saw. And if it's with me in my life, it was okay. You know what? I want to be bigger, so I'd go to the gym, and I would get bigger. So if I ever wanted something to change, I knew I had to do something to change it, and I knew I had to go through pain to do it, or I had to go through time, or I had to go through some process to change that. And when this was available to me, and I thought, okay, I can do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. And it was also a great experience for my kids, who would call me every night. We'd FaceTime and stuff like that, and they saw that even when you go through so much pain, you can have the right mindset and get through it, and you can deal with it. And my daughters were saying to me the other day that, Dad, we're so proud of you because you actually taught us that you can continue to do very difficult things even later in life. You've never stopped. You've always tried new things, done different things, tried really hard things, and you've shown us that you can always achieve your goals no matter how hard they are if you just put your mind to it. So for me, that was the real the heart wrencher for me was hearing that from my children, that they're proud of me for taking something on that was very hard, and because I wanted it and succeeding at it.
Now you know all those pain, what you had and everything. So imagine, so you will have the pain and everything that's like, again, will you do it? Will you do it again?
This is a question we all talk about. You forget the pain. So you say, yes, I would do it again. Yes, I would. But what's funny is, when we all woke up in the hospital, we were like, oh my God, what have I done? Or, when you did the removal, you woke up and you're like, oh my God, before the drugs kicked in. You're like, what have I done? But I guess it's like with women who have babies. They're like, never again. No, I'll never have another baby.
Wow,
and then a year later, they're like, I think I want another one. And then they have another baby, and did they forget the pain? No, they remember the pain. But your heart and your mind have a way of, telling the body and telling. The positives always have a way of telling the negatives, we can do this. So just take a back seat, because all that complaining, I'm not going to listen to it anyways. Just take your seat, enjoy the ride. We're gonna go through this. So a woman will have a baby and another baby. And would I do it again? Yeah, honestly, as difficult, as painful, as late nights awake and nobody understands what you're going through, I would do it again.
Wow.
I would do it again.
Is Roberto's journey done, or?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Once I get back to the athleticism that I'm used to, from the fire service, once I can do everything that I used to do, running, lifting and swimming and everything like that, then I'll make that decision. I'm very happy right now with where I am at this height. If I came back, I'd be over 190. So do I really need to be over 190? I don't, but there's a part of me. It's just like anything, why do people do any sort of biohacking? You know what I mean?
Look, bro, that's, you have to respect that also. That's my business, right? If I'm doing surgeries, we earn money. That's our business, what we are doing. But if you ask me, you are in a great shape, a great height. I would invest the money for something else, not to Livelifetaller, not to me. That's my opinion. But of course, in the other hand, 190 is a great height. That's
the only
we don't need to talk about.
I would do it, we talked about it earlier, is I'm very happy with the results right now. 183 for me I'm very happy, and I feel very, very good. But my wingspan is 189, 190 when I stretch. So proportionately, if I really wanted to get to where my body was proportionally
great proportion,
perfect, 190, 190. So that's really the only reason why I would come back and do the 190, because I don't need it. Not like people who, and I have so many inspiring and good friends here that are 158, 161.
I'm a good example, bro.
Yeah, 163. they actually probably need this surgery. You know what I mean? I'm not in that same boat right now at 183. If I came back, it would be strictly for, you know what, if you have in your head, you want to be perfectly proportionate, that's what I would do.
I mean, for you was a surgery not needed, but let's say needed to become perfection. Me, and for like such a patient like me, was like to become a little bit normal, you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, because like when I see some comments, hey, this guy's talking about me, you know, but he's still not tall. Yes, I know that I'm not the tallest guy, but guys, I was 157, and I mean, I was even like shorter than a woman, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was even shorter than a shorter woman. You know what I mean? So I'm not talking about woman average height. So and now I'm 177. For me, it's like 2 meters. So I mean, so of course your starting height was different than mine. You know. So imagine I did 3 limb lengthening surgeries to become close to your starting height. Okay, I was a little bit taller than your starting height, but imagine. So and now you became perfection. You know what I mean?
It's like with plastic surgery is what I was trying to say. Some people, you see these people that are beautiful, and then they go too far. You know what I mean? They do too much. You know what I mean? And a beautiful woman becomes not, or you know, a handsome man becomes not. And as long as I think you're within, you know what I mean, moderation and healthy, you're okay.
I mean, bro, all what I can say, because you are in front of me right now, and I knew your before height, you know what I mean, and now after the 10 centimeter, you are in a great shape. You look amazing. Before you was charismatic, and now the charismatic became a different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all what I can say is enjoy your new life, and if you are ready for part 2 with Livelifetaller, your brother is here in Istanbul. You know, if not, bro, you can call me anytime. But you look amazing, bro. So, and I will say, let's make a deal. This guy is right now a Turkish man, Turkish citizen, working for Livelifetaller. And this guy can go back to United States in a different way, bro. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to go through the procedure with such a great guy. So an amazing guy. And I wish you the best, bro, for you and for your family.
Thank you.
And guys, see you in the next video. That was Roberto's story. Thank you so much for your trust in us, bro. That you trust your life and your legs in our hands. Appreciate it. And greetings from Istanbul to wonderful United States and Italy. Bye-bye, guys. See you in the next video. Bye. Bro, thank you so much. You're an amazing guy, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you.